Hello, marry me. Again, like I said in the last video, please excuse my appearance. I have a cold and I hate it. I would much rather just be sick for a couple of days, like lying on the couch, knock out sick, and then be done with it. I usually get if I get the flu, it means 1 to 3 days completely out, then all is well. Then to have a cold that can just go on and go on and go on, and you don't feel sick enough to not do anything, but at the same time when you do something, yeah. Well, this video wasn't to bitch about that. First, let me say one thing. I currently have 300 subscribers to my channel. Thank you all. I really appreciate all of you that has taken the time to watch my videos and to comment on my videos, and like I said, I will get to replying to that. And to subscribe to my videos. I really, really appreciate it, and I know for many people 300 subscribers is so little, because I mean there are channels that have millions of subscribers, but to me it really, really, really means a lot. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. So to the topic of this video, I want to review a book, and it's another one of Llewelyn's almanac style books, and it's Llewellyns Witches Datebook 2014. This is the second year I buy this book. I buy some of them, like the Spell a Day Almanac and such, every year, but I just recently started to get this one. And this is more of an almanac, but there is also a lot of good information in it as well. So we did this one last time, and it's almost just articles. If you have a look here, you see that little darker gray stripe? I don't know if the camera picks it up. Yeah, it does. You see that one there? That's the almanac section. This one, however, is mostly an almanac, but there's some very, very good articles in it, and I have to say I like it better this year than I did last year. So it's the spiral bound. Let us dig into it. And again, it's very, very pretty. There's little illustrations everywhere. I actually really like spiral bound books to read because it does it like this easily. What I don't like with it is finding ways to put it neatly into my bookshelves. So yeah, of course you have a calendar. And then we have some sections here. We have how to use Llewelyn's Witches Datebook. This is basically tells you how to use the various moon charts and such things in here. We have a witch mini herbal garden by Deborah Blake. This one is a very good one, especially for me. I don't have a garden. I live in an apartment. And it basically tells you how to have a mini herbal garden in pots and such things. So yeah. We have Charmed Jewelry by Ellen Dogan. She's a very good author, and I really like it. It's basically magical jewelry. Spontaneous divining, autumn. Dam, Damiana, I think it's Autumn Damiana. I like that article. It's basically about divination that is less just land out there and such and such. It's less about, oh, you see an omen and you immediately interpret it, as it is basically divinations on the fly and what tools you might use. Intelligent Sourcing by Susan Pansacker. Okay, but not the best article here. Spellcraft on the Fly by Marion Sipe. That article is worth the price of admission on this book alone. So, if you want a good article on basically using everyday tools for magic, how to basically, you're on the train, you need a spell, what you do, those sort of things. You wait a couple of months until this becomes obsolete, and you pick it up for slick and nothing, and you read that article. That's amazing. And then of course we have the January, February, March, blah blah, you know the months. Then we have both authors, an appendix and notes. Now, so it's not that many articles in here as it is in the other one. It is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 articles, so the articles are more like bonuses. What I do like about the almanac section of this book, however, is that, let me see if I can, like, for example, it's like this. Just your everyday 7th sense type thing, you can note in things you're gonna do and such and. However, there's also these little mini articles spread all through it about info, with little illustrations and such, with information on that, but it's not just the big holidays. It's all sorts of little pagan topics that important about the given day. And each day has pagan information. For example, it tells you what color is associated with that day. Little bits of lore, like, for example, for Mars 24, if you borrow something to use in a ritual, make sure to return it right after the ritual. On Wednesday 26, Ashwood represents water and the sea. It's used in charms. It's used in charms against drowning. It's just this little bit of tidbits of information, which is very good. Which I'm sure you had. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. In Norway, at least, it was very popular to have these. They were called school journals. Basically, what they were 7th senses for school kids, where you can write things up in the days, and there was little articles in them and such and so forth, often themed around something. Like, I usually got the animal ones because I really like animals, and some of the days have little animal facts and such. It's very similar to that, but for pagans. So yeah, and you have a decent amount of place to write up what you're gonna do that day and so on and so forth. And there's these pretty pictures all through it, and it's generally a very good almanac. So, is there more? Yes, there is. Then you have an appendix. Like I said, we do have an about the authors section here, but we have an appendix. And the first one is tells you a little bit more about what you will find in the various days. Like, we have each day is ruled by a planet with a specific magical influence, which then tells you about those what basically each day, what planet rules each day. For example, we have Monday, which is ruled by the moon, which is peace, healing, caring, and psychic awareness, and so on and so forth. This can help you choose which day to put spells on. We have color correspondences to days. We have lunar phases. We have the moon signs. So basically, it covers moon signs, which is also astrological signs. It's basically what a lot of people, when they look at pop astrology, don't know is that your astrological sign, what most people say, I'm a Gemini, I'm a Pisces, and so on and so forth, they mean their sun sign. But each heavenly body was in a particular sign when you were born, and the moon sign is basically what sign were your moon in. And we have the eclipses of 2014, we have the full moons of 2014, planetary retrogrades in 2014, moon void of course data 2014, and just some advertisement in the back. And absolute furthest in the back, we have 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, 3 pages of notes. So yeah, I'm very happy with that book. It's great if you need a 7th sense type book that has a lot of pagan, new age, astrological information and so on and so forth. Now, unlike the one I reviewed last time, there's not that many articles in there. There's 5 little articles. The articles are very good, but as such the book is less useful in later years, but those articles are still fun. So I would still say that if you're looking for a 7th sense to use this year, I definitely recommend this. I'll give this 9 out of 10. It's excellent. If you are looking for something to read and you're seeing this in 2017 or something like that, and you wonder if this book is still worth getting, I would say yes. If you can get it cheap, then it's definitely worth it for the article. But it becomes a lot less important because then it's just a tiny portion of the book that's of import to you. So then I would give it 6 out of 10. That's my review of Llewellyns Witches Datebook 2014. Oh, and I really like this cover. It's so colorful and lively. So yeah, have a great day, a great weekend, and blessed be.